So is it visible, that screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in second program was that you have to design a simple calculator. So for that reasons, what we told that you have to create one user interface. So like this, for example, first this one is that this particular box is a text box. So you can see the text box is there. So you can drag and drop that particular box. So this box is for this Kelsey program. To write that Kelsey program, so you are dragging this box, and after that, whatever text you want to write, you can write in this one. If you want to increase that size of this one, so directly here also you can check, or directly if you'll write down that size, whatever that size has to be increased, so you can do according to that one. So it will take that size. So like this you can do, and you can put it anywhere, drag and drop. So for this, what we told that we are going to use this relative layout. Although there are constraint layout is there, you can use that constraint layout, and linear layout, as you know, to divide the screen in vertical and horizontal and vertical parts. So whatever that parts will be there, one will be for you have seen that while designing and dashboard, so one will be that horizontal part. In this one, you will write down some home name. So like this, all those information you will write. For our purpose here, what we are doing, we are just creating a relative layout. So what you can do that you can go to that coding part. So in this one, what I told that just you have to initially it will be which one initially it will be what you call that one will be in constraint layout. So if you have to write down that relative, so just simply if you so you can write down that relative layout. So you have to change this one first. So once you have changed it, so at that after that what you have to do, that what you told that next you can design it by, for example, this one will be that you have to set that x-axis and y-axis. So x you are setting this way and y you are setting that downward. So after that you can move that particular text box anywhere wherever you want to keep it. So this is that relative layout. It will work with only x and y axis. So is this much is clear, that layout? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll follow that same thing, that wherever required, the same things will follow. After that, what you told that text button next, a user has to enter some kind of, this one is that again text view. This one is again, it's a text view. So this is that first number text view, and this one is that in this one plain text. So you have to give that number. To how you are giving that number, you are putting that plain text, and after that you can enter that number. So there are two plain text boxes there. So this is that one plain text box, this is that one plain text box, this is that text view. So here if you'll go to that coding part, here also you can see that one is the text view and next one is that edit text. So that plain text, it's an edit text. So here this one is that known as that edit text. Whatever plain text we are putting, that one will be known as that edit text. Or here directly you can search, for example, edit text. So this plain text only, edit text. If you write down edit text, you can see that this result is coming. There are for entering text and all those things, this text view will be there. From this one, we are using this plain text. So two text box, and after that this one is that again text view. So this is that again it's an text view. So if you'll go to that code part, you can see the text view. So you can see that again another text view. Here we are writing that 0. So this one is also text view. So what you are doing, that 1, 2, 3, 4 text view is there, 2 edit text is there, and rest of the things is that button 1, 2, 3, 4 button is there. So this is that one button, this one is that another button. So you are going to write this 4 buttons. So once you have designed this one, if you'll execute at that time, you can see this particular screen as it is, how you kept all those fields in wherever you kept those particular field, you can see this part. So at least this part is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope so that everyone can do this one. Where you have to do this one, you have to go to this layout, that RES resource. In this one, different types of resources that. So in layout part, you can design this one. Now you will come back to this main activity. So this one is that your Java program where you will write down your Java program. Whatever that Java program will be there, so that one you can write down. Is it visible to everyone? This text is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here what you are doing, that first you can see that you are defining, I can't zoom it. BO, appearance. This one, alias, mouse scroll up is there or not? Let's see. General, change font size. Yes. Now I think it will work. Yes. So now I think that it's more clear. So now here you can see that initially it will create automatically. This part will be created, that protected void on create, and up to set content view. So this part already automatically it will create. That override already you have seen that. I think override it was in Java. So leave that part. So now what you are doing, that first you are going to create that two variables. Okay, so one is that E1, another one is that E2. So how many edit text is there in your program? You can see that how many numbers of edit text is there. I will close this one. So in your 2 is there, so that's why 2 name we are giving edit text E1 and E2. This much can you write it? So this is that how you are defining variable edit text variable, two edit text variable E1 and E2 you are going to define. Is that clear? And one is that text view. So the text view has been given as E3. So for this text view to see the result, whatever that result after addition will be there, so that one you are going to put it into text view. That one has given as E3. So in this particular design, so this one is the text view. So these are that edit to edit text one, text view you have taken. So you are defining these two variables. Now E1, if user will enter some kind of values, it has to store into that particular variable, that is E1. How you will store that particular variable? So last class we have seen that name of that particular thing is edit text. In bracket you will write down edit text and find view by ID. Well, I hope so that you are studying that PHP or JavaScript. There you have seen a view by document ID in JavaScript. You have seen that if in text box you have done that PHP program also, you have seen that in your HTML program you are giving that form, that name, whatever that name will be of their particular box. Sometimes you will see that if there will be no server-side programming language, at that time what will happen? No need to define the name. Otherwise what? You have to define that particular name because you want to enter some kind of values and you want to pass that values in your server-side program. So you have to define that name. But in normal, generally you will not write down that name, then also it's going to work if you are not writing any kind of server side programming. Like value, you are giving value, it's nothing but here in this case you can see that hint we have given. If you'll go to this code part, so in this code part you can see that somewhere we wrote hint also. Just if you'll type that hint, so you can see that hint, no need to write all the things. If you'll write down hint, it will come already that what hint has to be put. So this way you are doing this thing. So next is you are defining two variables. So same way, edit text find view by ID and r dot id dot edit text one. Now this edit text one will be what? This edit text one automatically it will come. Last class you have seen that automatically it will come. So name of this one. So edit text. This one is name of this one. We defined edit text one. So you should remember whatever name you will give here, that same name has to write here also. Same name has to write here also. So you have to write down that same name. So here I will show you one. For example, if I will write down dot, after that you can see that all those things is coming. Now in text, in second elements or second value where you are keeping, we are given that name as edit text 2. So that's why writing that edit text 2. Now why it is edit text 4? Because of this edit text box I have shown you, for example, right now 0. Yes. So this text box name has given as edit text 4. So that's why giving edit text 4, sorry, text view 4. If you'll give that text view something like this or 1, it will not work, because our text view for this one is that fourth one. In fourth one, because 1, 2, 3, 4 is there, so we are using that 4. We are not using this one. You can use this one, means then the result is going to print in this text view. So you have to keep it in mind that which one you are going to use. So this is the text view 4. So 4 variable has been defined, E1, E2 and E3. And you will write it after this set content view r dot layout dot activity underscore main. So below this one only you will write it. So automatically this activity underscore main dot XML file will create, and main activity it will create automatically. If you'll go your main first file, you will see that there should be at least main activity should be there. So this particular main activity, you can see the dot main activity. Otherwise your program it's not going to run. So automatically this file will create, don't change anything. After that this file will create, you design it. After that go to this main activity, write down the Java program. First is the to edit text box and next one is the text view box, and after that you are defining that value E1, E2 and E3. Right now in E1, in this edit text view, if you will write down 5, now E1 will hold 5. And if in E2, if you write down 6, that E2 will hold 6. After doing all those things, the value is going to be printed by E3. Now how to add it? So in adding, there are for add, subtracts and multiplication, division 4. So if you know that one to do, then only it's easy for it. And first one is that A1. Right now, whatever things will take, all those things will be converted to that string. So that you have to do that parts int. So you have to parse it into integer. So how you are doing, you know, in Java, it's an wrapper class is there. So in wrapper class, what are the different wrapper class is there? There are wrapper class integer for int, integer, for float, float. So there are wrapper class is there. What is that wrapper class? You can create the object of that particular integer variable. So that's why it's an, you can say sometimes it's an pure object oriented programming language. For printing integer in C++, you have seen that C out entered that number. After that you are, but you can't create that object of any kind of integer and all those things. But in Java, with the help of this wrapper class, you can create that object of that particular in primitive data type. So what I mean to say, that primitive data types, whatever that primitive data types is there, for this also you can create the object. So this is that integer primitive data type. So for this one object class you are creating, this is a wrapper class. So how you are going to parse in, so not going again there. So in Java already you studied that integer dot parseInt. This is that syntax. First you have to write down integer dot parseInt, and what you have to parse in that E1. In E1 you have entered 4 dot get text dot toString. You have to convert into that toString method. So once you will do it, so you will keep it into A1, it's an integer type. So same thing, you will do it for that second value also, you will keep it into A2, and after that you are putting you are adding and keeping that result into U1 plus A1 plus A2, and you are setting that result of that text by set text, and whatever that result will be there plus result. So you will write it like this. Here you can see that if I will give that set text, so whatever that you know that for first one is that for plus, and whatever values you have given, so result. So once you will enter result, this color is going to change. So as you defined it, so this is that result, whatever that results will be there, that one is going to be displayed by using this line. So these three lines, is it clear? And these three lines,
Yes, sir.
okay, so you know this much only, this program is over. Now same thing will repeat. So this is for that add view. So this is the function you are creating, name of that function you are writing as add, and this is the view or class of that you are creating that object as view. So this is that first one for adding. Next one you will do for subtract, same way you will do, just you will change that symbol minus, and this one star you are changing, and in this one you are changing it by division. While doing division, you will consider those things as an float. So that's why instead of integer you are writing float, 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 and e3 dot set text result. After that ending and this bracket, you have to check out those particular closing braces. So otherwise sometimes you may get that error. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay, so this is very simple. So just remember you have to create two variables, and after that what two variables of edit text, and another part I think means. And here you have to define. So two variable for edit text and one variable of text view. And these are that on click. So now on click how it's working, for example, this is for add. So add we written on click. So once you are going to so here you can see that on click method has been added. So for this what you have to do, you have to write down that on click, it has come already. Now in this one, this particular add has to call which method, already we defined those methods, so name should be same, add. Whatever name you have defined in your program, same method name has to be there. So that main method name for add, we have given it as add. So that's why it's coming automatically. For subtraction, we are giving for sub for each add. Next is for subtraction sub. So like this, you have to add those things. So this much is about this program. So can you do it? Is it easy or not? So I hope so that you can do it. It's very easy. Don't think that all those things you don't need to write. You will drag and drop, it will create. You can see that in next program also how we will create, and you have to write down this Java program. So hope so that this Java program, you have to remember this syntax, how to fetch or how to get that particular values, whatever you will enter on that particular box. So if I'll run this program, so you can see that once we are running this program, it's not running. Yeah. Is it this one? No. So here you can see that this one is that E1. So in E1 I am writing 2. This one is that E2. I am writing E2. If I'll click on this add E3, it's going to display here. So same thing here also, we did E1, E1. So that name of that particular text box has given as edit text 1. This box name has given as edit text 2. This box name has given as text view 4. How to get it? Bracket edit text, name of this particular field is edit text, and find view by ID. In bracket r dot id dot whatever that value is, ID is there. So like this, you are going to r.layout.edit text. From this upline itself, you can remember. So r.id.edit text 1, edit text 2. So like this, you will do it and you will get it. And after that, you are parsing that one into integer a1 and a2. Is that clear? Can you do it? So parallelly, how many of you have done this program? If not done, just do it.